the building. So in this video, we are going to do another question of Euclidean geometry. They say in the diagram, PS is the diameter of a circle with center O. So as you know from the previous videos, there are 3 steps of mastering Euclidean geometry. The first step is to analyze the information. Second step is to analyze the diagram, and the third step is to answer the questions. So now we are going to analyze the information that they are given. So we have a diameter is another information. So what do you know about the diameter? You know that the diameter subtends a 90-degree angle at the circumference. So in this instance, you are not going to need that reason. Why? Because we don't have any angle subtended by a diameter in this diagram that we have over here. Then another information that is center O. So what do you know about the center? You know that the line drawn from center to the chord bisect the chord. And you also know that that line should be perpendicular. So the perpendicular line drawn from the center to the chord bisect the chord. What else do you know about the center? You know that angle at center is 2 times angle at the circumference. Then another information that we have, they say PQ and RS are 2 chords. So we can pass that information, and they say OA is perpendicular to RS. So as you can see in the diagram, we do not have that information. So you are going to put that information into our diagram. And they also told us that QP is parallel to QR. So what do you know about the parallel lines? You know that the parallel lines, they can give us alternating angles, they can give us corresponding angles, and they can also give us the co-interior angles. So now we have analyzed the information that we have. Now we are going to do our diagram analysis. So we are going to use the reasons that we see, that then we can possibly use them to find the angles in the diagram. So using the first reason, they say perpendicular line drawn from center to chord bisect the chord, meaning that the line that we see is OA. OA is perpendicular to RS. So it means it will bisect our chord, which is RS. So RS, it means RT is going to be equal to TS. Another reason that we can possibly use, we can use that angle at center is 2 times angle at the circumference. So we know that O1 will be 2 times angle S. Then again, we can use the reasons highlighted in green. So we can try to find our Z alternating angles, or our F the corresponding angles, or our U using those parallel lines. So now we're gonna try with a Z, obviously. So as you can see, we have highlighted a Z that we can see there. So our angle P will be equal to angle O1 because of what? Because of their alternating angles. Then we can't draw an F. We can't also draw a U. So now it means we can go to our questions, because we have used all the reasons that we could possibly use in order to find the angles. So the first question say prove that P is equal to 2R. So because you are intelligent, you have already did your diagram analysis. You can already see the answer in your eyes. Why? Because we have highlighted that O1 is 2 times S. So meaning we can say S is equal to R. That's the first step of us proving this question. So S is going to be R. Why are we saying so? So let's do it step by step so that we can see. So the first step, the first thing that you will say OS is equal to OR. Why? Because they are all the radius. Then after telling that information, you're going to say, now we can say S is equal to R. Why are we saying so? Because angle opposite equal sides. In the previous video, we did talk about the isosceles triangle. The triangle that has two sides that are equal, it will also have the two angles that are equal. So the triangle OSR, it has OR and OS equal, meaning that the angles opposite to the sides, which is S and R, will also be equal because of what? Angle opposite equal side. Then obviously you are going to state again that O1 is 2 times S. So because our O1 is equal to P, it means P will also be what? Our OS. But you have to state the reason why you say P is equal to O1, which is because they are alternating angles. So after doing this, you are going to state that P will be equal to 2R, because P is equal to O1, O1 is equal to 2S. Then you can easily tell them that P will be equal to 2R, because why? Because you can easily substitute R on S. Why? Because we firstly we said that S was equal to R because they are angles opposite equal sides. So now we have did our first question. So you have the 5 marks in the pocket just because you did what? The diagram analysis. That's why the emphasis is on diagram analysis and information analysis, because they are very important for you to get the answers that you want. So you're going to do the second question. So it says it is given that RS is equal to 8 centimeter and TA is equal to 2 centimeter. Determine the length of the radius R. So the radius can be OR, OA, or OS. So we are going to either calculate one of those radiuses. So now we can put the information that we are given that RS is equal to 8 meters. But now because we know that RT is equal to RS, we can divide that 8 meters into 4. So we are just going to need to give that information first before we can say TS is 4 and RT is 4. We have to give the evidence first. So now we have all the information that we needed in order for us to start answering the question. So now we want any radius here. So the radius that we see that it has information is OA, because we have TA, then we can say OT is X in order for us to calculate OA. So because OA, OR, and OS are all the radiuses, you can say OR will be 2 plus X, because OA is 2 plus X. As you can see, we have said that OT is equal to X. So we can say all the radiuses are actually 2 plus X. So now we have all the radiuses that we have. We can use what? We can use the theorem of Pythagoras in order for us to find X. So after finding X, we'll be able to find the radius because we know that the radius is equal to 2 plus X. So we're going to use one of the triangles there and use the theorem of Pythagoras in order for us to find X. So the triangle that I see there is OTR. So OTR can be used for theorem of Pythagoras. So now you can see that we have found X, your X as 3. Then after finding your X as 3, you're going to say X, the radius is actually X plus 2. As you can see, all radiuses here are X plus 2. Then it's 3 plus 2. Then you get your radius as 5 centimeter. So that is for this video. Thank you. For all mates, fellows in the building.